like, hey,
Wear a big.
Well, I went back in time and I got my hair. Went back in time and got Steelers Nation Australia headband. We'll get you some like high socks. We'll get you some like these shorts.
Hey,
oh, you're standing up.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's like balls of fury.
So when JJ52 says, will Ray Gun make the 53? No, she's cut.
If you're not going to take Ray Gun, I know a place in Western Pennsylvania where she'll fit right in. Right at the cookie table at a wedding.
She could be my second string long
Call her
snap.
Dr. Boogie or Dr. Get Down and tell her she has a PhD in Get Down. Like, play the music,
You know what? If she'd had some bling, and looked like LL Cool J and Mama Gonna Knock You Out, she might have won.
Alrighty, Steel Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia and also Steelers Dynasty Podcast with Shano and Bubba. What's going on, Shano? How are you, mate?
I survived a Friday night, day after Halloween party with 45, 50, 16, 17-year-olds.
God bless you.
Good to go. Yeah, it's not bad.
Survived it.
You're doing well. You're doing all right.
Doing
And
good.
Bubba, how are you, mate?
I'm living life, man. I'm pumped. I got all the white out of my face. I'm looking like I'm a rocker with no band, so I'm good to go.
I'll tell you what, Phil, this is the most important day in American history. As you guys know, a lot of people have, and I'm not talking about the vote. I'm talking about Receiver 2's been solved. Finally, we can stop talking about fucking Receiver 2. So this will go down in history on the 6th of the 11th, 2024, or the 5th of November, 1:43 p.m. and over there for 9:43 p.m. over there in America, that Receiver 2 has been solved 6 months later.
Can you believe that it's been this long though? It's been like receiver, like Ayuk was there for months, like this and that. Like I've never seen anything like it my entire
Neither
life.
have I. I've never seen anything fucking like it in my whole life.
I put on Facebook a picture of a toddler banging his head on bubble wrap, and I said, "These are Steelers fans waiting for the Steelers to make a decision before the draft or before the time's up." You know,
I didn't think they were going to do it. I did not think they were going to do it. I almost put my car through the garage because I didn't hit park and I saw it because when you have your phone in your hand and you're still driving. Well, I pulled in my driveway and I was looking real quick and I'm like, "Oh my God, we got Mike Williams!" And I heard it, put it in park, or my Jeep would have went right through my garage door.
Mate, one of the funniest things is that you check Twitter as well and you go to the comments as always and you just see that they didn't want that one. Out of all the Receiver 2s, they didn't want Mike Williams. They wanted someone else. I'm like, the people who want a Receiver 2, you do not get to choose. No. You get your Receiver 2. That's who the guy is. And I think he's a good addition. So we'll start there, Shona. Are you happy with the Ray Gun? It should have been Ray Gun 2024. Are you happy? Are you happy with the sign her up for president? I know everyone's voting for everyone, but are you happy with the Receiver 2 or the addition of Mike Williams?
To add a little bit of sprinkles to the cupcake, they got defensive help. They did good. If we're gonna grade them, I'd give them a passing grade. We'll see.
What about wait, hold up. Just a passing grade?
Hey, when it comes to Steelers trade deadline, it's the pass or fail. This is not like this is an audited class.
Would you give it a high grade though?
Yeah, I would give it. I have to, as far like I had 40 minutes to look at these jabronis on the interwebs to see how they. Yeah, exactly. So Preston Smith looks like he can get it done, but I have, I don't know anything about this receiver. So
I do.
Looks good so far.
A little bit.
He's from the Chargers. He played for the Chargers like most of his career. Then he went to the Jets and he had a bad. I guess he had a bad injury as well, ACL, I think tear or something like that. Then he went tried a pair with Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is washed. He's done. Mike Williams signs and gets traded, and so does Preston Smith. But yeah, Mike Williams, Bubba, are you pretty happy with it? I'm good with it.
I'm okay because I didn't think they were going to do anything. But see, they were looking at Mike Williams in the offseason, and they were looking to sign him, and then he went to New York. So they were looking at him already, and with Devontae going to New York, he just got down into pecking order. You know how that goes when you're not getting any, you're not getting anything to eat. You're getting table scraps, and he was like, "Hey, I'm also go somewhere else," and I'm happy with that. But if Kirk wouldn't have broke his collarbone from the Jaguars, that was probably something on the table as of last week, which, if I could have, would have, but I'm okay with it because it upgrades our receiving corps.
You know what it proves, fellas? If you complain about your old team or complain about you're not happy in any situation, you get what you want. Because all the receivers who are complaining got like new contracts with new teams. Mm-hmm. So the Ayukes, the Devontae Adams, and I think Mike Williams was the exponent of that because Devontae Adams came in. So a lot of receivers weren't happy in the situation, and they got traded to another team. I'm overall, I think it's good. I think it finally solves the receiver 2 thing, but they'll be using these receivers different anyway. This guy's not going to, he might not even be ready for the Commanders. I don't know what kind of package they have for him.
All you got to do is run a streak. All you got to do is run a streak. That's it. Just stay on the field. Wilson throws it up to him, and if he doesn't catch it, it gets a pass interference. We get it right where the ball is. It's a big gain. So I think we're ahead of the game because this game Sunday is going to be very, very good.
Well, speaking of that, they also add, as J-Double says, great outside linebacker depth with Smith too. What are your thoughts here, Shano, on the other bloke, Preston Smith? He was outside linebacker in DE.
Yeah, I've seen some film on him, and they definitely need that outside help with, Highsmith having a little bit of the groin pull. Not the good kind of groin pull, but the one that lingers. No blue pills, but I'm talking about the that doesn't feel good.
He had a few injuries, so did Herbig as well. So it's a guy for depth.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think he's good as well. I think that his resume in the NFL is like 64 sacks, 400 tackles, knows how to play football. He's very physical. He's ready to go. So it's one of those ones where I think Mike Tomlin or Mike Khan just want to get a pass rusher or defensive end or whatever it may be, however he plays in the scheme, to get ready and go and maybe plug in and play. What do you think, Bubba, about Preston Smith?
I'm just looking at his stats right now, and look, I didn't think we were going to get somebody else, too. I mean, it's like Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas in November. Like, he has 100 and, let's see here, almost 69 quarterback sacks. Like, that's pretty goddamn good. with the depth that we
has
need.
100 in 10 years. He has
6 fumble recoveries and he has 5 interceptions.
I don't think he lines up as an edge rusher in his packages. I think he's more of a pure linebacker. But
I think he played the 4-3 in Packers though. He was doing different things over there. So I don't really care where he stands or stands up or puts his hands on the ground. He's a player that's very physical, and they got him for this year, next year, and they got to figure out his contract. But that tells me the Steelers are pretty keen on the pass rush and helping out TJ Watt when he needs a break.
Right. So. And they got Williams for a 5th and him for a 7th. So it's like economics today. Yeah. Omar Khan did his money wizardry and solidified this team for this next course of action with these games coming up. So I'm okay. I'm okay.
Big football too.
But who do we play? Who do we play? Like those fucking jabronis. Atlanta's good right now. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know what people are. Hey, the Steelers don't play anybody. Yeah, that's bullshit because now Atlanta is like one of the top teams in the NFC, and we kicked their ass.
Chargers aren't too bad either. Mm-mm.
It's who you play every Sunday. This stuff was who we haven't played yet. You know what? It doesn't fucking matter who we play as long as we win. They'll say that though. Once we beat the Commanders, it'll be, oh my goodness, the Commanders were a great crazy team, the new up and coming team. Then once we beat them, you only beat the Commanders. Yeah. Happens all the time. So well, we just smash their mouths right in the fucking choppers. I'm swearing too much. I'm sorry. And
we're all pumped up. That's why.
And then we got the big rivalry game. Like that's the game right there. Everybody that's been negative against the Steelers, because the Cleveland Browns are just trading everybody off. They're a sinking ship. I don't care. They're not that good. And Cincy's
Browns-
not that good either.
Yeah. Browns want to go. They want to. They take the season. They're getting rid of all their players.
Yep.
The other Smith, who played for Green Bay, he went to the Browns, and he's now playing for the Lions. But yeah, you're right. Got the Commanders and Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns. People are very scared of this like gauntlet. I'm not scared because now the team is healthy. They've got the receiver number 2 or receiver depth for Russ Wilson. 2 guys now, Pickens and Mike Williams going down the field, allowing Austin to open things up. This team is getting ready for a playoff run. That's what they're doing. And they're going to face this gauntlet, you know. But yeah, are you fellas, besides all the, you know, the votings, I know people are very tuned into what's happening in America right now.
I'm watching a guy who has 337 subscribers right now.
Bring him over.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, come on. And then by the time I sat down, he got like 5,000 subs while I was sitting here before. It's just amazing.
Maybe we should be doing political talk. And
I wish we could, but it'd all be Steeler talk. Like, we're vote for Pittsburgh because we're the greatest team ever. So
yeah, no, I think I chose sport for a reason to escape everything else.
Right.
In the
well,
politics.
let me ask you a question, and so this is a football related. I mean, this is about Monday Night Football because we have to face the Chargers, which you're going to be here. Like, when he went down, did you think that Patrick Mahomes broke his ankle or something when he went down?
Oh, yeah, I thought that was a bit weird, with the Chiefs, right? Mahomes.
I
thought he pulled something, and I thought he was going to be out for 3 or 4 weeks. And next minute, he runs down the field. The Buccaneers stuffed up. They should have went for 2 points. Why would you allow the Chiefs to run down in overtime?
You never do that. Never.
Yeah,
Never.
When the rain and that. Now, here's the other thing is there was a clear offside on the right tackle on that.
Oh, the false start, 100%.
I was like, I'm screaming at the TV. I mean, I don't care either way, but I'm like, what the hell? My son's like, yeah, that was offside.
Well, they signed.
They signed this, and then they went. Oh, then the ball was snapped.
His foot was kicking back. He was going. And I
thought that was a good. I thought that was a good game, but I didn't know Hopkins got those 2 touchdowns, and I'm like, see, like we could have got him too.
I want to ask you boys is when Kelsey caught that pass, he pushed that.
Yep.
Guy in
that
the
should be a
back.
flag as well.
Can't do that.
That was a flag as well.
They don't look. Here's what they do when the Kansas City Chiefs are playing when you're a referee. I mean, they only pay. I mean, what? Hey.
How's the game?
Was offensive pass interference because he used him as leverage to push off and then catch the ball, and there was a blocking out of the way. I also found it really funny that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when Mahomes went to run, both the cornerback and the linebacker both went for Mahomes. No one stayed back at the receiver. It's the stupidest touchdown ever. So there's not one guy went back. That could be because maybe they can't see in their helmet. I don't know. But yeah, there was the false start that should have been a false start. There was the face mask on the Buccaneers guy that he was grabbing the jersey. Like there was so many times.
And I give shouts out to Baker trying to get it, got him, down there and almost upset him. And they should have went for 2. And he had 2 receivers.
The coach had no balls, man. You got to go for that.
No, you got to.
The reality is, if you don't go for that, it's a tie game anyway. Then you give Mahomes 30 seconds to go for a field goal. So you had to go for the win. You had to go for the 25-24 to win.
Okay, now here's another synapse. This is all imaginary right now. Say this, you're there. Christmas Day. Boom. Netflix.
I'm ready.
Boom, yeah. Okay. Russell Wilson ties it up. There's probably a minute and a half to go. Pittsburgh Steelers just tied up Kansas City with 1:30 in the game. What do you want them to do?
How many timeouts do we have?
1 timeout.
One timeout.
Do you give Patrick Mahomes the ball with 1:30 to go?
There's 2 trains of thought, which with the second one you wouldn't do. Maybe you let them score again. Then score real fast.
No,
then you go score.
Steelers have. I would roll the dice. You
probably have to go for the win, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then close defense out.
Have the defense win it for you. That's what you have to do. That's what
I would go up by 8, and then you're counting on TJ Watt and the defense to shut him out.
Well, up by 8 or up by 2? Like, what do you mean? Like you win like 25-24, or you're up by 1 point or whatever?
Let's just say it'd be. What would it be? Say 20. It'd be 23. 23-21. It's tied. I'm sorry, it'd be 22. 22-21.
If the Steelers can win the game, I'd say go 2 points.
It'd be 20. Yeah. 22-21.
That's what I'd say. But in saying that, I guess it's a real. But I just think the Bucs should have went for it.
Just a hypothetical. I mean,
I think the Bucs should have went for it, in my opinion.
Our defense is way better than Buccaneers, and our right now our offense is actually averaging almost close to 400 yards in 2 games, and now everybody's almost completely healthy now, and this is going right into this gladiator. Like we're going to the gladiator thing in Rome right now, where we have to take the big swords and just slice and dice.
I'll tell you what, though, before we start the mid-season awards, and in today's show, we're going to give out top 3 best plays in the whole of the first 9 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever it is, right? And we're going to give you out 3 points to the third best player, 5 points to the second, and 10 points to the overall best player we think has been the best on the team. Before we do that, though, I tell you what, I've been talking about this, and I think Tomlin, if he does this, if Mike Tomlin goes the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wins 5 in a row, I think he deserves to be coach of the year. Like, if he runs it and goes Baltimore, Cleveland, Browns, Bengals, and goes that gauntlet that is like 4-0 against the division, we'll win the division. Then we're talking about AFC North status, and we're talking about number 1 overall seed. So, I think they're getting ready to go on a playoff run to go through these games. That's what I think.
Just get us there. Get us to the dance, and then grab that girl and spin her round and round.
Well, I think we even get to the point, though, like, okay, you get to playoffs with a wild card. I think now they're getting ready with these moves. They're getting ready for an AFC North. And if the Bills fall off and the Chiefs fall off, they're getting ready to be our number 1 contender.
Bills were lucky.
Why not? Why not?
They were so lucky in that 60-yard field goal. They were lucky. Lucky.
They just beat the Dolphins. So
yeah.
Let's do a bit of a recap on the points so far for the season for the 8 weeks. I know you guys did your mid-season awards too the other week on Steel.
We did grades, and I got to redo that because I think some places need to be a little bit up par, I guess.
Right, gotcha. So we have here Fields is still on 40 points, Harris on 25, Austin with a big week last week at 22, TJ Watt on 16, Bishop 15 being climbing the ranks, Elliott 13, Boswell 13, Wilson QB 13, Patterson 11. He's coming back, I think, this week as well. Pickens 11, Highsmith 10, Frymuth 8, Herbig 8. I think he's coming back shortly as well. Frazier, and I think he's coming back too. There's a lot of guys coming back.
He should be back.
Yeah, Grounds Crew still at 5, Washington 5, Cameron Hayward 5, JPJ 4, Waitman 3, Trice 3, Anderson 3, Moon, Wilson, Steel fans 1, and then McCollum and Jefferson 1.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but what would you think if your guy in the Grounds Crew has more points than you?
I'd be
upset. Well, it's tough because we only give out so many points every week, And
it's very hard, especially when they're scoring points and everybody is doing something.
Yeah. But you know what, though? There's one guy we haven't mentioned all season, really, is Minka. Are you guys worried about Minka in terms of not making big splash plays?
He's been consistent with leading like one of the top 3 as far as tackles per game. So he's been in my mind, like, oh yeah, where should I put him?
Yeah. What about you, Bob? Are you worried about him?
No, I'm not worried about him. I just think that look, I'll be happy if he gets a big play in these 8 games that we got. Hey, then the first 8, he's out there. Everybody knows he's out there. They don't try to throw to him anyway. They don't want to be, so he's still shutting people down. At times he's been out of position though, a little bit, just 1 or 2. Nothing spectacular because we're not getting beat by the air. So yeah. I mean, he's doing his job. And he's being consistent. But he is, an interception away of running one in for a touchdown. That could happen. That could happen anytime. Yeah. So. I mean, we're good with our secondary. Our secondary is really good.
He's got 47 tackles, and he's got 2 pass deflections, and no real, I guess, big splash plays on the season. I, for one, am not worried at all. I think there are some of the low-level YouTube channels and clickbait media out there that will say, "Oh, is Minka in trouble? He hasn't done it. He's a bust this year." I don't believe in that crap. I think he's setting everyone up. He's still a leader on the field. He's getting tackles, and he's still part of the game. And they're not going his direction, so he must be doing a good job. And we're winning the game 6-2. I'm not worried about that at all. No. He could get an interception this week or next week or the next 8 weeks. He could go 5 interceptions. Oh, there's Minka. But in terms of big splash plays, I'm not worried about him. I think he's just playing football, how the defense is schemed up, and we should all just be thinking and thanking Minka for his job because I think he's doing okay. He's doing good.
I just don't understand all these other podcasting looking for something that there's nothing out there. We're 6-2. We could have been 7-1. We could have been actually 8-0. Like, we are just getting over the hump. Our offense is humming.
I'm saying, I think it's
I think we got a lot these upcoming weeks and to shut some people up. I really do think we're going to shut some people up.
Yeah, I reckon right now we're a good football team. I think we're seeing it right now too. So it was a bit maybe shaky at the start, trying to find our identity. But I think the Steelers have found their identity. It's run the rock, and they're playing solid defense, even by adding that Preston Smith and those guys and guys coming back to health. Mike Tomlin and his crew know who they are. They're a good football side. They're getting ready for some AFC North hard-hitting football. And I think overall, the Steelers shouldn't be, clowned upon in that sense. Like, they're not. Who are they? It's like they know who they are. They're gonna go on some. Get some big hits, and I think they're going to take on the command as well. Fellas, let's do this is going to be really tough.
I'm just thinking right now.
Tough.
I'm thinking right now.
It's top 3 players. And we're going to start with our third player who gets 3 points. Just for a bit of a boost in the bye week. Bit of bit of respect going their way. So choose players who you think, giving the Steelers the best chance to win, maybe your favorite player, stuff like that. Shano, who you got for 3 points?
I'm going to have to go with the old standby Boswell. He's been just chopping wood. Every you don't even know he's chopping wood. You look and there's a wood pile.
Yeah, he's on fire.
It's not a sexy pick, but guys, Steelers fans need to understand they're blessed to have this guy. He's one of the best special teams players in the past probably 5 years.
Oh yeah,
it's funny.
I agree.
It's funny too because I'll go next thing because he's my number 3 as well. I was thinking about trying to find top 3 players that he's been, giving their all for the Steelers and making them the best chance to win and who's done the most and who's scoring the most points and all those kind of things. And yeah, I chose Boswell for my 3 points also to get a bit of a boost because he's been that consistent. He's missed 1 kick out of 31, I'm pretty sure, and that was from 65 yards. I think it is 23. 23 out of 24. He's missed. Only 1.
That was that 60-yarder.
Yeah, and Mike Tomlin gives him a chance, and it was very tough to get. So, yeah, he's dead at my number 3, where he's, because of Justin Tucker, no one talks about him in the NFL, and I like that. Because he gets all the light, and Justin Tucker, like I said on the AFC North round table last week, I said Justin Tucker is now 5 or 4 for 12 from 50. Right? They didn't need to use him last week because they smashed the Broncos with no secondary. Lamar Jackson carved him up. But because Boswell is underrated, they don't talk about him, which is great. It's fantastic to be a Steeler. And Tucker will go to the Hall of Fame, but if he does, then Boswell should too.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's my 3 as well, to be honest. What about yours, Bubba?
Well, this is very hard because I do love Boz. But I'm going to go a different route. My first pick is going to be because he actually shown, and I've been wanting him to break one, was Calvin Austin III and his punt return that sparked that game. And then he had a touchdown that game. So, and that was going into the bye week, against the Giants. So you know what I mean? And he came alive that game. So I'm going to give Calvin Austin III 3 points because that play was good. That punt return, boom, for a touchdown was a great play. And then he
74 yards, the first time since Deontay Johnson.
Yeah. So that sparked
2019.
And that sparked now they have to worry about our punt return now. And he could, we're averaging good yardage in the offense anyway when we get the ball. So he could break another one too.
Wait, what happens if I do this? Do we all go like that? Whoa.
Oh. Yeah. Here we go.
Shane looks really good in the middle right there. Look at the Capitano.
That's because it looks like an Oreo,
That's because we got 2 Steelers shirts, and then you got a white shirt.
Yeah. All right. I better go back to that. So that freaks me out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Shadow, what are your thoughts about Calvin Austin in the next 8 games? What's he going to look like, you think?
Well,
with the new offense.
he gets to the ball a little bit more because an extra weapon was added to the arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the Calvin Austin's not like a great. I don't think he's a great red zone threat. He's a threat that can open up the field.
Right. I agree.
But the addition of Williams gives you more of a bigger body to throw the ball in the red zone. I think that gives Calvin Austin maybe a couple more touches.
How are they going to cover it? How are they going to cover everybody? How are they going to cover Pickens? How are they going to cover Freiermuth? How are they going to cover Najee and Jalen Warren coming out of the backfield and Freiermuth? How are they going to cover all those guys? And with Wilson rolling out, he might take off and this offense is just upgraded 20 to 30%.
Plus, you got an all-pro quarterback in Russell Wilson too, so this is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, this is, and they're using and Russell Wilson in the last game threw the 8 receivers. I mean,
yeah, I love that. I love the way they spread the ball like that too.
Spread the wealth.
Yeah, so I think as well for Calvin Austin, I think his game's going to open up too by having the guys who can run downfield and just get things moving. And Arthur Smith's been calling a good game so far, good offense so far. So everything kind of opens up. I agree with all those 3, by the way, too. It's very tough to find 3. And Calvin Austin is a guy that's really starting to make this offense a bit of magic, I think, a bit of excitement, and also punt return. And Boswell, for myself and Shane, is just he deserves credit, and he doesn't. Not too many places give him credit as much, but he really does deserve credit of being.
And the weather's going to get bad too. The weather's going to get bad.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Plus, he's been there 10 years, and he's just been so consistent. Had a few bad year here and there.
That's because the girlfriend from IUP left him, and he was heartbroken. That's what happened. Because I met him at the gym, man. He was a super nice guy. I got a picture with him, and he's a tall.
Was he?
He's a
6'3"
tall.
or
he's
something?
a tall. Oh, I'm 6'2". He's like 6'4". He was tall.
What'd you call him, Mr. Boz? What'd you call him?
I was like, hey, big Steeler fan, God bless you. And he was working out, and I was working out, and I was just like, yeah, I got a picture on the wall. Yeah, he was dating a girl from Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and that's before then he had a little heartbreak and he had that groin injury. So a little bit of both, I think. So
yeah, but definitely most consistent right now for sure. Sorry, Shane, what are you saying?
I said goes hand in hand.
All right, okay.
And hips and hips. Okay.
All right, let's move into this. The next player gets 5 points. Right, second best player on the team you think so far. Let's go with you, Shana. Who's the second best player? Who's been the most impactful?
I thought we have like a grand poofa.
We have an MVP, right? So we got 3 and an MVP, correct?
Yeah. 3 points, okay. 5 points, and 10 points. This is 5 points. Second best.
I was looking at the stats and I thought, you know what? I'm going to pick Beanie Bishop. But wait 1 second. Guess who leads the team in total tackles?
I think it's Elliott, isn't it?
Yeah, 58.
58.
At 55. Woo! And this is what really just jumps out. 38 solo tackles. The next high is Mika Fitzpatrick with 34. Right. Now, Elliott has 2 tackles for losses and an interception, so I got to give it to him.
He's been a really good pickup, hasn't he, as a free agent this year? Former Raven, and he's just set into that role so well. Like it's been unbelievable what he's done. And there's some third downs where he runs down the box and just nails the guy, and then it's 4th down and 10.
He's a silent assassin. You don't hear about him. You just know he's taking care of business, and the stats don't lie.
Yeah, I agree with that one, man. He's pretty solid too. Like he's dead set. I think being awesome for our franchise. And what we get him for? Was he got a 2-year contract or something?
I think it was 2 boxes of Mrs. T pierogies and and an Oakmont Bakery gift card.
Woo, that's a good one. Oh, I go for that.
2-year contract for $6 million. That's $3 million each. Cheap as chips.
Yeah, cheap as
that's amazing play. It's amazing. I like that. That one might be better than mine actually. What about yours, Bubba? Who's your 5 points?
Okay, so we got 3, 2, and 1. There's no MVP.
Nah, like this one of the two. Okay. I want to choose 3 players.
Okay,
10 points is 10 points. That's a lot of points.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to go, and it's been very hard, and I'm deciding two people. I was gonna pick Russell Wilson in these last two games because he's been showing leadership. He's been lighting it up
The
on the
whole
field.
8 weeks, bro.
No, that's why I'm going to go with Najee Harris running the ball, running with purpose, having 3 straight 100-yard games, and then before that, running in the fourth quarter and taking time off the clock in some of those victories in the early part of the season. And he's almost close to over 600 and some yards right now, I believe. So he's playing good football. He's playing with a purpose, and he's taking care of business with that rock. And he's run. Last game he was run 78 yards in a quarter and a half. So I'm going to go, and we've been running the ball very, very well all year. My 5 points is for Najee Harris. It's very hard. This is very hard. There's a lot of Steelers,
He's mine. He's mine as well.
Oh,
I think,
geez,
and of course we do, lean towards a guy. I guess guys with stats, this kind of stuff too. We could probably give out, other mentions to the offensive line where Dan Moore's been playing pretty good, and CMI coming back from his health has been playing pretty good. So that always happens, though. Najee will thank his offensive line, but we'll thank him for running the ball. But Najee, for me, is 5 points as well. He's got 2 TDs, six. I think it says here 6 rushing, big rush of 20+ yards, 36 longest, 592 yards. He's like, I think he's in the last 4 games, he's like 4th best in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Najee. Yeah, that's what Brandon says. Najee showed people that he means business. And he definitely does. And he's going into the second half of the season. I think he deserves some credit for this team. And he is showing like natural leadership too, and hitting people and just doing all the hard yards, hitting them as hard as they can. And I think people weren't too keen on him in this season. Do they sign the contract? Do they not? The Steelers, in my opinion, you got to go and figure out once it's over, try and offer him a contract next year for a 3 or 4 year contract, something. If they don't, then you have to then start again at the running back position. You could always find them in the draft, but Najee's been playing good football. I'd say 5 points too. Like, I think he's dead set. He's up there, like, for sure.
I would love to see them sign him, but the Steelers aren't likely to, just based off of what the Steelers have done in the past. Although Omar Khan is a wild card,
but they might, because Jaylen Warren this year is not doing what they thought he was going to be doing because he got hurt. And hopefully, if he starts picking up some stuff in these last 8 games, I mean, I predicted Jaylen Warren to get 1,000 yards. I know in the offseason, and him getting hurt didn't help the results.
I'm more curious about what other teams would offer Najee, maybe more money.
Yeah,
and then he might just go somewhere else because it's a bigger contract, and that's what they do. So that could be a big possibility.
Sometimes it's not always, grass is not always greener on the other side of the street.
It's definitely not. But like, if they're offering you like $6-7 million more for the same contract,
I know. But if it's like Jacksonville, you know what I mean? Like, you're never going to go anywhere.
your maybe your career stuff's starting to over, like what happened
last
to Jets,
contract of your career, and you're gonna make sure that guaranteed money is as high as it can be because you don't know what's going to happen. So that's what the smart NFL businessman is doing. As far as an agent is telling this guy to do. So grass isn't greener. I can see it from wanting to win championships, going back to like Kevin Green and those days.
You always get money if you win championships and you retire where you're at here. You're always part of the community, and you'll always make money doing something. That's just how I see it. I could be wrong though.
If you've got a team around you like he does now, and they maybe they put even more stock into the offensive line, and Jones, if he gets better, then Troy Fontana starts doing his role, and Zach Frazier the center, then you have Russ Wilson maybe sign the deal again. Yeah, dead set. You can probably sign him up again. But I think I'm worried about what other teams might do. There could be a random Charger team or a random Jacksonville or a random Dolphin team saying, "Hey,
we'll give
Cowboys." You 4. Yeah, exactly right. We'll give you 3 years and this many $1 million deal, yada yada yada, and then see you later. It's just the way how it works. But right now, as a Steeler, Najee's playing good football, and we're focused on the now, not focused next year. We got 6 months off-season talk about that. So I went Najee for sure. All right, here's a big one. Here's the number one overall, the halfway mid-season awards, the number one player who's been playing the best football all or half the season for the Steelers. Who do you think, Shano?
If you had asked me 3 games ago, it would have been a no-brainer, TJ Watt. But the problem with Watt is you can't really judge him, because he's held so freaking much. I mean, he changes the game. I have to give it to him. His stats are still phenomenal. They jump off the page. Because I went with Elliott for, the second spot. He has to get the first spot because the offense petered out. There was an offense till like the 3rd or 4th game. It was all field goals. So the defense has been fairly consistent. There's been a few letdowns as far as TJ, but he had injuries on the other side of the ball. So I give it to TJ.
Yeah, 100%. He's been definitely a game changer. That's his role as a game wrecker, game changer. Who do you have, Bubba?
Well, this is very, very hard because I love TJ Watt like everybody else. Okay. But I'm going to go with a guy who got us at 4-2. Okay. And
What?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not going to play again.
I know, but we're not
wild,
talking.
Dude.
Well, we're just talking up for the first 8 games of the
fair call. Call.
So I mean, he got us 4 wins, pretty close to realistically the Cowboys game. That was a defense that shit the bed on that.
I was just thinking that, Bubba.
So Justin Fields could have been 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't cost us. He really didn't cost us any games, which people would have thought. He threw 1 interception, and that's the only interception we got so far this year. Knock on my desk here. So as we're going for the first half of the year,
that's a good point.
I'm going to take Justin. As much as I love, I mean, TJ Watt is just going to keep churning it for the rest of the year. Because, I mean, this is probably going to be the last time that I pick Justin Fields for anything, because he might never see the field again this year.
That will put him to 50. Overall, then the benchmark will be 50 for the year for players to catch up and do that, because that's 10 points to get him to 50. But yeah, definitely Fields is one of those blokes that I think, like when you think about it, he got the Steelers to a 4-2 record with his defense and the run game, but he played quarterback. And he answered a lot of questions that they wanted to know, and he showed everybody that he could play. Okay. If something happens that he has to come back in, he can play. So, correct. And we're only going on the first half of the year, and he's been there 6 games. So I'm going to go with Justin Fields. As crazy as it sounds. I didn't expect that, but I kind of like that.
You can be a little more aggressive with your play calling when you know your backup quarterback can take care of business. Remember back when, Batch was the man. You knew what he could do.
He was fun to watch too, wasn't he?
Yeah. Plus he's a winner. Batch is a winner.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like giving Fields the respect that he deserves because he went to a 4-2. He came from the terrible Bears situation with the 4 years there, under a better program, under Mike Tomlin and the fellas and the Steelers. They gave him a chance when Russell Wilson had that cut injury, and he was healing up, and Fields did the job. He got his 4-2 record. You're right. That's probably a good reason to give him 10 points. And we may not see him again. We don't know what's going to happen in the future unless we win the AFC North. I know you did. I know.
I just laughing. I was laughing at that one.
MVP. I know. I guess for our MVP, he's up there, right? Yeah. We didn't think it would happen so soon, though, Shane. You thought it was going to be like 4 weeks in, but it was the first week.
It's like Nostradamus. The world's going to end. I missed it by a decade. So
by a day. All right, I'm going to go back then because I like what Shane said. Mine's going to be TJ Watt. The guy has. Let me read out his stats because we all know how great of a player he is. He gets double teamed all the time. Could have had that sack versus Kirk Cousins, and they called that back, and they realized the refs were wrong. The refs apologized. They apologized 1 game too late though. But with TJ Watt, he overall has 33 tackles and 18 solo, 6.5 sacks, 10 tackles for a loss. So that's hitting the running back pretty much in the backfield. Pass deflections 2, forced fumbles 4, 2 fumble recoveries, and that's all his stats for the season. But he's maybe not the most stats this year in terms of sacks and all those kind of things, but he's a game wrecker. And when you need him, he's there. Right near the end. Who did he get last week? Danny Dimes came in there, round the edge, boom, sacked him, fumble, pick it up, almost game
I
over.
don't see that many grown men holding on to someone's waist other than prom pictures.
Mhm.
Pictures for dances. So
I seen pictures of him on the field where there's 3 guys around him, just surrounding him. You know what I mean? It's just like he's getting taken out of the movie theater. Like they hold him every play. He's at 6.5 sacks right now. He'll get probably 15. I wanted him to, but also too, he could go on a tear and start cracking off 3 or 4, especially against Cleveland. I mean, my God, and especially against some weak tackles, they're out there. Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, their tackles aren't that spectacular, but they're going to hold him. So I guarantee he's a force.
His best work is really against, Joe Burrow, against the Browns, against Lamar Jackson too. Yeah. So that's yet to be. We haven't played AFC North football yet. That's the best part. People they're worried about it.
We haven't played anybody yet.
Not worried about that. I'm not worried about the Ravens and our defense getting Smith in to rotate as well. So they're going to keep TJ Watt healthy and fresh, and he'll probably play 70%, 75% of snaps, maybe 70%, and really rest up for those key downs and come down and smash them. So I went TJ Watt because I couldn't go past the fact that he can just end games. If it's up by 14 points, he gets a sack fumble, and then it's pretty much game time. But I do like your Fields one. I think he does deserve a lot of credit, Bubba.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a hard one to pick because there's still a lot of players out there that we could have still put into these slots. Yeah. I mean,
it's not bad at all. Fields gets some points there. Bishop could have been up there as well. Elliott definitely was a.
You two with TJ Watt just put Watt just gained
3 points.
Yeah. Well, what is it? 10?
Yeah, he's on 36.
Yeah. 26.
No, we.
10 each.
Yeah.
10, 20. Oh, 30. Yeah, he's
I
like
thought you were going to go. I thought you were going to go TJ Watt as well, but I do like.
I was going to, but I just wanted to give the devil his due, and sometimes I think outside the box. Sometimes I do too much thinking.
Well, if we don't have Fields in his production running the rock and getting TDs, we could be a 3 or 2. If we have let's just say we had Trubisky for the 6 games.
Fuck. I'd be drinking a lot.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, what a bust. Terrible. Yeah. Terrible.
So I want to give you guys a quick shout out too, because you guys are on. If you made this far in the live chat or you made this far on replay, Shane and Bubba here do the podcast, Steelers Dynasty podcast. If you're watching here on Steel Nation Australia, let me find it here. So you guys going live tomorrow, right, at 9 p.m.?
Yeah, tomorrow at 9 o'clock every Wednesday, as long as it's my internet don't shut out or some kind of tech thing. But when we're trying to do a little bit more short videos, because I cut that video today about 1:30 as soon as I saw that we got Mike Williams. So I mean, I'm just trying to add a little bit more. I like doing this. Kelly McCourt got his hat today. He put it on. Had a picture.
You doing a hat every 100?
Hey, you have a picture of it?
I do have a picture of it, and I'll put it on tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know. I got to get some more hats because
you're doing it every 100, are you?
Maybe. I think I said 250, but I want to go 300 and I'll get another hat because I got some hats. They'll be different hats. They'll probably be like this one, I think. I don't know. I have to go over and
half the population gonna have hats. You're gonna give a hat every 100.
Well, I hope. We just got to get. We're at 246 right now. So,
what does it make Steelers Dynasty podcast
great again?
Sign them up.
Yeah. Well, you guys in the community here are great. You guys doing this stuff is the highlight of my week. Really.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's good. It's a good time. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of people here with Afton, George.
Oh my God.
This bloke has a channel too. WVU Mountain Mafia.
I've been doing a lot of shows. I've been doing about one a week. It's been tough.
He's been busy. He's been busy chopping wood like Chris Boswell.
Well, looking at his Halloween party with all those young kids trying to make sure nothing happened after 9 o'clock.
Here's something funny is I've been on a battle with moles in the front yard. I've killed all 4 in the front.
What'd you kill him with?
Shovel. I just sit there with a bucket and I wait for him to move.
Wait, really? Wait. I see you like
at carnivals, right?
Bill Murray.
Just like that. But listen, I spent captured in poison. I have these traps. So what you do is you just push it down and you wait for him to move,
That's
and then
funny.
you pick your shovel and you just whack him.
Do you wear camo and you're like Bill Murray in Caddyshack?
No,
He starts
that's
dancing
funny.
like this.
I dance after I kill him. I get.
Oh my!
That's one of the greatest movies, Caddyshack. That's an amazing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that little
Oh,
what do they
my.
call it? Little gopher? Is it what is it?
It's a groundhog.
Groundhog. No groundhog.
I got one.
There's one.
I got one behind my house. It's this wide. This wide. I'm talking. It is a fat mother. I mean, he waddles, but he waddles fast. He's going like 3.6 when I open the door. He's gone. That is the fattest groundhog I've ever seen in my entire life. He eating good in my neighborhood.
I think the first groundhog I saw was when I was in Canada. I didn't know what they were until I saw them there. So whatever. I don't think we don't have them here. We just have like kangaroos that try and box you.
Well, that's enough. Yeah, they're badasses.
G'day, Pepper. Finally made it.
Pepper.
Had a mentorship group meeting today. There you go.
Ooh.
Well, welcome back to the university. Welcome to the mid-season awards. TJ Watt got 10 points. Sorry, 20, and Fields got 10 points as well. So they're like our without those two blokes, really, this team could be they could be
And Boswell.
4-4, maybe, and Boswell too. Yeah, Boswell on fire. He's something different. That bloke. I pray for the Wizard of Oz every time.
Well, this team here is different than they have been for the last 3 to 4 years. There's an aura around the Steelers. Even though I love Big Ben, but there's a different aura now. You know, with a solidified Hall of Fame quarterback as Russell Wilson, it has a lot to prove to everybody because they checked him off, and I think everybody has checked in. And
I agree.
For that jacket. He's playing for that jacket this season because it's not a sure thing. When he came here, he could have it could have tainted his career.
He gets us a playoff. It gets us in the playoffs, and we win that one playoff game. I'm telling you, it's totally, and we ain't won a playoff game in a long time. Like, I'll be pumped, dude.
Yeah, but they don't. I'm telling you, I think that's now going to be erased. I don't think they're just worried about one playoff game. I think they're getting ready to win the North and go for the AFC
division.
for number one.
They want a
Division
home field
first.
advantage.
Then if Chiefs and Bills lose, I reckon the Steelers are now set with the moves they made today. They're getting set to go and hold the number one AFC seed. That's what they
fine.
want. They want a week off again.
I do not feel that any. And I seen some stuff on when I posted on Steelers Syndicate the other day when I said something about Kansas City, we could be Kansas City, and someone's like, "Oh, you're looking too far ahead." No, I seen Kansas City Monday night, and they've been barely winning. And if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes running and shuttle passing to people, I mean, that's it. And he's not going to face a defense like he faces against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, he's not going to be able to do that with Highsmith and Watt and Cam Hayward and Keenan and Bent and really Patrick Queen. These 8 weeks, I'm telling you, next week Queen's going to be on fire.
Exactly. Shane's right. He might play his best football. He might be going up and up and up and up. He might play because he's now playing AFC North football. This is like a new season now for the Steelers, and they're 6-2. This ain't your same Steelers that were last year, the year before with the Trubisky and sticking in the playoffs. This team is like Shane said too, with Russell Wilson, Hall of Fame jacket. Like, he's now thinking, okay, I can go to the playoffs with a great defense and a run game, and let's effing go. That's why I'm so pumped up.
This is probably the best Steeler team since the time they had D'Angelo Williams, and then they went to New England in the playoffs when Le'Veon Bell. This team, but I think this team, minus because they had AB and Le'Veon, minus those two and Big Ben, the Killer Bees. But this team here, the defense is better.
Much better.
And I think the aura and the positive, there's no drama.
No.
So it's different.
I think
fingers.
I think Cam, TJ, Minka have crushed the drama. I think they're the blokes in the locker room saying they've crushed it. They put it all aside.
They're all dialed in. Everybody's dialed in because it's Cam Hayward. They want to win something for Cam. Like they were trying to win something, and they did win something for Jerome Bettis. So they're all dialed in.
This is the time of year where they're buttoning their chin straps up a little tighter. And then you have that Renegade playing, and your jock strap just a little bit snugger because you're hitting playoff wood.
I want to give a shout out to Jerry. He says, sorry for being late. A kangaroo stole my peanut butter and peanut butter sandwich. That's all right, mate. So yeah, nah. Welcome to Pepper as well, saying how's it going, boys?
Put
Yeah,
some
we're trying to do
jelly
the
on
show now. I think what's it now? It's like what's your fuck? What is it? My Wednesday, your Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 9:30, we try and go live and do the show because we're telling the points. But I want to maybe for the last 10 15 minutes because I got to go to work soon as well in about an hour's time.
God
Because you know what?
bless you.
Because
God
you guys
bless you.
fell like you guys fell forward, like or you went back an hour or something.
Back an hour.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
an
so
hour.
now
It's
like
dark
so like
at 5 o'clock.
I'm now. This would normally 2 weeks ago. This was like 12 p.m. Now it's 2:30 for me, which is better for my timing for the games
wow.
because it's 5 a.m. I wake up. So week 1 it would be 3 a.m. Now it's 5 a.m. to wake up. I forgot what I was fucking talking about, to be honest. I have no idea what I was talking about. I really forgot.
See ya, Steeler out west. See ya. His plane's taking off.
Oh my
See
goodness.
ya. Holy hell. See you later. Thanks for stopping.
I did have a mind blank then. What was I talking about, Shane?
You said we're going to talk for 10 to 15 minutes. And then
Commander's game.
If you want to do it at 9, we can do it at 9 if that's better for you moving forward.
Yeah, we might do 9:01 when you finish your other podcast. I know you're a podcast champion. You are. You know what? Give Shane 10 points. He deserves 10 points for his podcast champion. So Commanders talk, right? What are we feeling, Bubba? How are you feeling about this game? Are you worried about the game? Are you excited? What's going on?
Well, Daniels is a nice rookie quarterback. He's been looking good, but like once again, when the Ravens played him, the Ravens defense is not the Steelers defense. So everybody is 100% healthy on our defense right now, and everybody's 100% healthy in the Steelers organization right now. So we're going down there. They're not coming up here. It doesn't matter. They have a nice offense, but not a great offense, and I'm not worried about it. But if they can get to him, maybe Daniels throws an interception. Maybe Minka gets that interception for a touchdown. He's going to get a lot of pressure, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop the outside linebacking core of Highsmith and Watt and Russell Wilson. Now with Mike Williams. Mike Williams will play Sunday. He should, because all he's got to do.
You think you'll get ready for it?
Yep. Streak. Because then you got Pickens on the other side. You got Austin. You got Van Jefferson. You got all these receivers now are getting something to eat. They're all eating now, and that is very, very good. And they need to start feeding Freiermuth more, which they haven't. That is the only negative thing that I see.
He gets 1 or 2 a game, right? And he's getting targeted maybe 7 times a game, 8 times a game.
Yes. So I'm not worried about anybody. I'm not scared about going out to Philadelphia. I could, even though that, Barkley can, jump over backwards like he's in Donkey Kong. Who cares? I don't care.
That was wild. Like it was a good play, but at the same time,
it's crazy.
Why put yourself in that position where you're going to get hit in the back?
That and someone hits you in the knee and then you're got an ACL, or you jump backwards like you're in a Matrix and you land wrong and there goes your ACL. Like
it sound like women. That was a fantastic athletic play.
It was cool, but I don't know.
If it was okay, it's cool. What about if he got hit afterwards and he's fucking hopping off and he's out for 6 weeks?
Get your feelings hurt. It's just the way it is.
Wait, do you guys ever remember the guy who celebrated in one of the NFL teams? He did a big jump in the air, then he tore his ACL.
Yeah,
I don't know who that was, but it was one of them.
Until you sneezed and shit your pants. You don't.
Well, that was a kicker too. I think a kicker kicked a field goal and he celebrated and he fucking jumped down.
There might have been another guy. The guy I'm thinking of was a linebacker.
There's a couple guys.
He jumped up and celebrated, then he tore his ACL.
Yeah. You never know, man. I could tear my ACL getting up off my sectional. So.
Daredevil said it was part of the script, the hurdle, spin move, then backwards hurdle.
Yeah, it was a good move, but
maybe that's what Deontay Johnson was trying to do back in the day. He was trying to do that when he fell backwards 6 yards.
Well, we'll see him in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Oh, he didn't play for the Ravens, did he, the other day? I'm keen for that too. What are your thoughts about Commanders game coming up, Shane? I know you guys will talk about it tomorrow too, but what are your thoughts about it?
Well, a few weeks ago I would have said, "Oh, this is not looking good for the Steelers," but they've corrected course. They have added some talent. I'm feeling pretty good, so I give them a fighting chance.
Fighting chance. That's a win for me. I reckon we're going to smash them.
They can win it.
Lion Syndicate's my mate Grid Derek. He says Stephen Tollick, he played for the Lions. He was the guy that jumped up there.
There you go. And right. Speaking of Detroit is a very, very good team. Very, very good.
100%, man. They're killing it. They're 7-1.
Yeah,
First time was like 1971 or something like that. Jared Goff's going off, and their offense is on fire. They just picked up Zadarius Smith, which, by the way, Lion Syndicate, Derek and his other channel Grid, he picked that like weeks ago. They're going to go after a pass rusher and getting from the Browns. The Browns are selling their house. They're trying to get rid of everyone, and they picked up the other Smith. So we got the Smith from Green Bay. We got one of them. He got the other one. They're not brothers, but they're just like they used to play on Green Bay together. So yeah, they're on fire, man. They're 7-1.
Campbell, I like Campbell as a coach, man. He's just he's just like a tough, he's like a tough motherfucker. He's like a high school coach that'll grab you by the face mask and scream at you. That's what I like. Yeah. I like those. I like that kind of coaching. I do. I don't. I just don't like, hey guys, no pump. I like energy.
I like what Jerry says. The Lions scare me in real life and the NFL. No doubt. Imagine that being next to a lion out in Africa or whatever.
I'd be dead.
Is Jerry going to come to the Christmas party?
I'd be dead.
Yeah, should we promote that now? What are we booked? Is that been booked into one?
We're just showing up.
Hey?
Well, they never called me back. There's pricks.
Okay, so where we going, Bubba? What is it again?
We're going to McFadden's, and I'm drinking early. So yeah,
we're going 12:05.
12:05. I'll be there at 11:05, or because I think you can drink at 11. Well, I'll drink on the way down. I'll have road soda.
Yeah, so we're gonna go watch the Steelers. I'm coming to Pittsburgh I can't believe in 8 weeks' time. I'm gonna get ready for it. That's nuts. In eight weeks' time, I'll be there.
It'll be here before you know it. Yeah.
The season is almost crazy. It's almost over, but I'll be in Pittsburgh on the 18th, and we're going for the Steelers versus. They're playing Ravens, but we're going to the North Shore, McFadden's. Turn up. We don't know if there'll be any tables or whatnot. We're just going to figure it out. Turn up and have a watch party and see how we go. It's a big bar on North Shore. If you're from Pittsburgh, get down there and buy
I'm going to go pick up Gene. I want Gene to come so bad. I'm going to go
g'day, David. I think Bubba, you're watching in the background, aren't you?
I am. I'm excited.
Well, Liam,
it's our civic duty as Americans to vote no matter what.
I turned it off 4 years ago thinking Trump won, and I woke up in the morning and there was all these votes.
Well,
it just came out of thin air. So
hey, I'm tired of paying $7 for a jar of peanut butter.
Oh, so it must have cost when is it when
big jar cost
said that right? Where Jerry said that.
And a bag of Doritos are like $7.
It would have cost him $7 for a peanut butter sandwich.
Well,
that's it. Maybe so. Plus the bread too.
Yeah, the bread is cheap.
Yeah, 100%. Anyways, so we're going to go down to the North Shore, McFadden's, and probably more details as we go. But Steelers versus Ravens. Steelers go to Baltimore.
Yeah,
going to be a lot of fun. And then
big divisional game.
Correct. And then I have the Steelers versus Chiefs game. Mahomes. How many times will they show Travis Kelce's misses?
Do you think they'll flex that game?
Which one?
The Chiefs game. Because it's at 1 o'clock, right?
I think it's set.
I don't know. They probably could because at 4 o'clock that'd be a primetime game because they don't care about NBA basketball. I don't know. I mean, you're going to watch it no matter what. I mean,
but there's only 2 games on Christmas. Why would they flex that when they could they already flex it now? Like,
I don't
1
know.
p.m. I feel like there's 2 games on Christmas. There's that game. There's another game too.
I'm just trying to get it.
I haven't got any phone calls.
I'm just trying to get out. I'm just trying to get out of work. That's all.
So Chiefs play Steelers and Baltimore plays Texans. It's 2 games.
Well, they could have.
Maybe not.
When's the Baltimore game? 4 o'clock.
Right after.
Yeah, so they're set.
Shit. Okay.
Because there's only so many games. I think they're set in stone.
Well, they never had Christmas. They never did Christmas Day. They always did Christmas Eve. But now they don't care about the NBA because the NBA plays at night, so they don't even care. They'll compete against the NBA. They don't care.
Yeah,
I'm only hoping.
I went to a Christmas Day game. It was Steelers versus Ravens 2016. That was 4 p.m. This will be 1 p.m. So I'm pretty happy with that because I can day drink and then party the rest of the night and get really fucked up. It should be a lot of fun. Probably forget the game. But yeah, the other one, I can watch the game after. I can boo. I can go to the bar and boo the Baltimore Ravens straight after. It'd be sweet. Fantastic.
Yeah, everybody be booing them because they suck.
Yeah, they're playing in Houston, so Steelers.
Yeah.
they beat
Speaking,
Tennessee.
I was watching the Roundtree last week. Like, no offense, if you're in these shows, I can't believe some people don't even take their teams. Like
Sam went the other one. Sam went
that
Denver.
dude's like, oh, I think Denver's gonna beat us. Denver got fucking killed, dude. Like you still like. Look, even if we had Duck Hodges at quarterback, I'm always taking Pittsburgh no matter what. I'm going down with the ship. Like I'm gonna drown with Steeler tears in my eyes. I'm not picking another team against the Pittsburgh Steelers no matter what. I don't care. So if I go on these shows, well, I have a funny. I mean, I almost wrecked my car listening to that dude. He's like, oh, I'm picking Denver. I'm like, what
out of all the weeks too to take Denver, in your best offense, and the Ravens at home was probably not the right week to take them.
Yeah,
So
maybe they should get another guy from Baltimore, like that Bobby guy. No,
don't worry, I'll be saying stuff tomorrow. Like,
I know you will, and God bless you.
This doesn't count because you didn't pick him last week. You know,
we should go. You guys should go right by him because he has nothing to say because he didn't pick his team.
Yeah, that was pretty. And out of all the weeks, though, like why would you choose Denver? That was a Bo Nix and you know, makes no sense. No. I was hoping they would play, but they didn't turn up. The Denver.
And they're like, didn't he say the week before? Like, Steelers didn't play nobody. I'm like, dude, your defense fucking blow. And then he was talking bad about his defense. Like, our defense ain't as good as it used to be. It's not like I'm a little scared. Well, dude, come on, man.
No fun being analytical and being right. I'd rather be wrong and cheer my team on every time.
Well, that means
why I supported Kenny Pickett and Trubisky.
I did too. I broke my door, and once he's not a Steeler no more, see you later. Like
we had to all support Trubisky, and that was the hardest 4 games.
That was hard.
Of my life.
I thought he was going to be the comeback player of the year. I wasn't doing any drugs. I was like, oh, he's going to have a new start. No.
Watching him stand in the pocket is just absolutely awful.
Well, this offense is it's on all 4 cylinders.
10 times better than what we had.
So different. It was like this offense is like a makeover. Like, you know what I mean? Like the girl goes in, she's all frumpy, and all of a sudden she got made over, and she's like super hot. Like,
fellas, I gotta show you one more thing before we get out of here, because what is our mate Jack Sperry gonna do? He goes for the command.
I know. I was going to ask that. He's going to be like Two-Face. That's ridiculous. How's he going to do that? That is just total bullshit. Yeah, you can't be a Steeler podcaster and be a Washington podcaster when they're facing each other. Like that's just he's a joke anyway. But he got more subs than me and Shane and you and all of us. But I mean, he's part of the elitist podcasting that doesn't make any sense.
Have you guys seen Good Burger? I've got an analogy for it. You seen Good Burger?
Yeah.
Their chat sports are the Mondo Burger to me. I'm Good Burger. They're the Mondo Burger. They're the big corporation that doesn't give an F. They use all the drugs and all that kind of crap. They're all for the money. All this. They're Mondo Burger. I'm Good Burger. You know, welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Come on here with me. I mean, he stands up and he has some broad that looks like I've seen better heads on pimples.
Here we go. Like
it's terrible, isn't it?
Like it's god awful.
He's not one of us. He's definitely not one of us.
He's not a true Steeler fan. He's getting paid by corporate America, and he's not a diehard because if you cut me right now, when the Steelers do lose, I get pissed off for weeks. I'm still mad about I'm still mad about us losing to the Cardinals in New England last year. I'm still mad about.
Here's something I want to show you guys because I did a short that you can grab on YouTube. You can grab some of their content and listen to what he says here because it blows my mind that he can get away with this. Here it is. Here's my ugly head.
Welcome into the Steelers Talk mailbag. I'm your host Jack Sperry. Today.
Welcome to the what? Welcome to the what? Hang on. Isn't he a Steelers fan?
Welcome into the Steelers Talk mailbag. I'm your host, Jack.
In what world do you say commit? Welcome to the what?
That's
Hang
good.
On. Isn't he a Steelers fan? Wait.
You should play that.
To the Steelers Talk mailbag. I'm your host, Jack Sperry.
Welcome into commit. You never do that.
Douchebag.
You never do that.
No.
G'day, Jamie. What's going on?
You should play that.
I've
every
tried.
day.
I've tried. It doesn't work because I'm not. The YouTube's not big enough. I've got 40 views. They're too big of a corporation. I said they're Mondo Burger. I'm Good Burger. It's just so different. They're that big of a corporation. You just can't cut at them. You're not able to. You can't do anything to make them. But I think that's one of the stupidest things he's ever said. Like, how are you going to be a Commanders fan and a Steelers fan? What? And that they played that on the YouTube channel. Welcome into the command. Steel. Oh, that's right. I'm a Steelers guy now. How the fuck can you support both the Commanders and the Steelers and talk about both? And you're deceiving both audiences. That's what annoys me.
I'm gonna bust his chop Sunday.
You're deceiving both audiences.
It's ridiculous. And people subscribe to this Jamoki that are Steeler fans. Like, they should subscribe to that guy
Welcome
with the
into
big hair.
to the Steelers talk mailbag.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. 100%. Jed, I have a team for every division. 8 teams.
No, I got one's enough.
I've got one as well.
One's
you know
enough.
what? I knew a bloke that I used to work with that followed the Chiefs and Chargers. And I said, you can't do that. He's like, why? I was like, because you can't. You can't do that. He did though. Dude, I'm just that to me is just like so weird. And I've seen guys in Australia they wear Miami Dolphin pants and a Rams hat. It's like how? How do you do it? You losers.
Like
you loser.
Different color shoes.
Oh, it's just insane. It's just insane to see.
Hey, black and gold is the best attire to wear. Black's
that's
good.
why I chose them back in the day because they're cool colors. That's why I chose them. Now in the chat here, David is a Patriots fan, and he'll tell you he's a Patriots fan. 100%. That's fine. It's all good for that.
Well,
but
he's got he has a hard year. That's hard.
But he got 6 great years as well. Like
he's got But
he's laughing at the Jets. He's laughing at Jets and Dolphins and Bills because he's had such a good time with Tom Brady. Like, that was a fantastic ride for him.
Yeah. But he's also picking his Patriots no matter what they're playing. He's taking them. He's not going to be like, oh, well, I think I'm going to, take the Patriots and, well, maybe I'll take, maybe I'll take the Chiefs or something.
That's what I'm saying. Is Jack Sperry going to split screen and do half AI? Like, the most important part with the why it annoys me is that he's deceiving his audience. The audience buys in. They're spending the money thinking that he's a Commanders fan and thinking he's a Steelers fan. And I think that is wrong on a level of fan base, and it's wrong on a level of YouTube as well. But they get away with it.
So he'll have a split jersey. If he has that, he's a fucking asshole.
No, I saw what he's going to do a Steelers game because Steelers has more subs. It's got 48,000 more.
But he's still a fucking asshole because you can't do that. Like, I mean, here we are. I mean, me and Shane are busting our ass trying to take. We're going spelunking for subs. You know what I mean? We're chipping away at the fucking Titanic, and this guy's like, "Boy, here we go." Like, I didn't know this until I saw this, and it's just ridiculous.
Man. It's the Mondo Burger and Good Burger analogy. I'm not going past that. That's my analogy.
I like jalapeno poppers. I like a little bit of spice.
Speaking of Spice Creations, where is she?
I don't know. She shows up like
every now and then.
Every now and then.
Last week.
Yeah, she was on last week.
Yeah. So you know what's funny? I don't know guys, you probably wouldn't want to do this, but a lot of the audience with Steel Nation always want me to go for 24 hours. I think we could do 24 hours talking. Would be a crazy show.
I'm getting my vacation book because I got to know when the draft is. So when the draft is, I'll take off just so I could talk all day. Because then I won't get in trouble.
I've applied for the International Fan of the Year again. So if I win,
if you get it, God bless you.
I get to go to Packers, and I'll take Maddie with me as well.
Yeah. Well, I just got to know the date so I can take off. Because I can't call off sick because they're like,
we'll be doing 19 hours of coverage, and also because we've got rid of our third round picks now with the 7th and the 5th. The third round is going to be boring because we weren't running one.
I remember last year I went to work on like an hour's sleep, and you're like, Bubba, I gotta go. Well, I gotta go to work, Mark, and you're like, oh my god, and you're like, I gotta go to work too, and then you went back and did it again, and then you got like Yuli, and then you had Gene on, and it was like a rotation. Like, I think it could be done.
I don't know what picks we have, but we traded away 5
and 7.
5-7. So we have like maybe 2-6 and a 5-3 in the third day. That's it. Maybe.
Hey, defensive lineman is what we need next year.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day in the draft, but always a fun day too.
Oh yeah.
Jerry says 24 hours. I'm in. I'm in too. Yeah. Also, too, I was going to do a 12-hour marathon for the
Thanksgiving. You said you were going to do,
but I think I might be working because I might be working that day too. So I might have to postpone that. I might have to do it another day. So
Yeah,
I work from 9 to
yeah. 6,
and I can't say no to work because it's like guaranteed coin and
right.
Like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do 12 hours on Turkey Day. My wife would kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have
Tam
to
would be
postpone.
like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing, you know." She's like, "Are you doing a podcast tonight?" I'm like, "You gonna come down and watch TV?" She's like, "No," because she'll be talking Steelers, and you just talk all the time, and it's so loud, so I'll just stay upstairs. So
That's it. All right, fellas, you want to go? We'll go around the room. Shane, anything more you want to add to this fantastic show?
No, I've expunged all my value and purged it in 1 hour. It's all you get. You don't get a drop more.
There's no more. We're over time now for Shane. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go." It's like, boys, time's up. I like that. I appreciate that. Bubba, anything else?
no, once again, I love doing this. I love the Steeler community. You guys are awesome. We'll be back tomorrow at 9. Me and Shane talking Steelers football, and you know what I mean. This is the best. I love this stuff, man. This is if I have a bad day at work because my job is shitty, and I get on and talk Steelers, I'm all good. So,
And I'm working with someone trying to get Kelly an antenna installed.
oh, nice.
So I just reached out to him last week to let him know.
You're a hell of a guy, Shane.
It's 50-50. I don't know if this guy can do it or not, but if anybody on the chat knows anybody in West Virginia or anybody on the chat that could send me the equipment, I'll drive the 4 hours down there and help install it. Just we want to make sure Kelly can watch these freaking Steelers games.
100%.
Hey,
Jamie
God
says
bless
they
you.
talk about our edition. Yeah, we did. Talking about Mike Williams, he's going to separate and go deep, and with Pickens too, going to open up the offense. And also a good addition as well was Preston Smith, because he's now the outside linebacker / DE, filling in rotational piece for Highsmith, Herbig, TJ Watt. Just overall good addition and good depth, I think, for the Steelers defense too. So yeah, I think overall it's awesome. Yeah, fellas, I think I'm done. That's been good. 15, 20 people in, hour and
good.
12. We'll get ready for tomorrow. I'll do the Don't Feed the Kangaroos. I'll do the AFC North Roundtree tomorrow. Have a bit of fun there. It was our bye week.
Roundtree.
And the Ravens fan and Bengals fan, they're going to be high on life. And, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best. But you didn't back your team, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's like null and void, dude. Like we're just up.
Yeah.
Next, like
That was
You
pretty.
can't do
That was odd. They're all good blokes, but that was a really odd comment. And I think Sam's comment
know.
about the Steelers not playing anyone yet fired me up, because we have played teams and now we're getting ready to beat the Commanders and we have a better team.
And like you always say before we go, they haven't played us yet. So that
Thank fuck.
yeah, that's big.
Remember that.
That's big.
Remember that. They haven't played. They haven't.
They're gonna play us
no,
too.
wait. Sorry. They have to play us too. Don't
Right.
forget that. They have to play us too. Everyone's
think they
worried
forget.
about this team, that team, this team. They have to play the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Exactly.
Have we forgotten? Have we forgotten who we are? No, we haven't.
They forget because they don't want to give us just due. They're scared.
Yeah, I'm more worried about
King Henry and next week's going to get decrowned. He's going to get hit like a freight train. I don't give a shit. They're not going to run over us, and I can't wait because those games are always so tight, and we've been beating the piss out of them. Lamar Jackson has nothing against
They'll
us.
have some excuse. Oh, we didn't play this guy or that guy.
I don't want to hear it.
Excuse.
Dante be like, oh shit, I got to play against these guys now. Boom. I guess he's already talking shit already. So
Yeah,
I don't know what he said, but
the Commanders game, once we take care of that, I think if we win that, then the focus will be on Ravens. And if we win that one, I won't shut up.
I won't. I don't blame you, and I wouldn't shut up either. Let's talk
go.
all the time. Don't matter. So we're good.
All right, fellas. Let's do. I like playing this guy because he's one of my favorites to come on the show. B-Mac. He was in this clip. He was talking about the Steelers going to the Super Bowl all the way to New Orleans. Thank you, everyone out there in Steel Nation Australia and also Steelers Dynasty Podcast. Check these guys out tomorrow. Shane and Bubba at 9 p.m. Going to be another good show. And yeah, listen to what B-Mac says. He has total confidence from the start of the year. When I did the podcast with him, he's very fired up, and I believe what he means because he's like, gas up the cars, baby. The Steelers are going to New Orleans. Here we go.
The road to New Orleans will start in a few months. Let's get ready for the ride. Gas up the cars, baby. Let's get to New Orleans. Gas it up. Let's go.
Hey, thank you, B-Mac, mate. I'll see you all later. As always, here we go, Steelers.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.